Hello and welcome back on my channel for another reading vlog. I am on my way to check in with the doctor. I will be on sick leave for another week, and for that I just have to check in with him. And on my way back I have my appointment with my chiropractor, and then we go straight into reading time. So what's my plan for this week? First off, I need to finish The Deepest Blue. Then I want to read the sequel to Girls of Paper and Fire. And then I want to read the second and the third book in the Firebird trilogy. And I think there was more. So I also want to start with The Rule of One, which is going to be a buddy read with the lovely Eliza. Really looking forward to buddy reading with her again. And finally I want to read Harley in the Sky, which is the last of 3 arcs that you can win in the readers' boxes. So I need to finish that. Altogether, that would be 3,095 pages. I have, I think, 80 pages of Queen of Atolia in there to start on Sunday, but who am I kidding? That is so not gonna happen. So I'm really going to try and reach that, but I feel like even if I have a full day time for reading, I oftentimes don't reach 300 pages because I get distracted, because there's chores, because there's just things coming up. Well, let's see how far we get. I'm really motivated to get through as many books as possible, so let's get this doctor's visit done and let's do this. Fighting! So, and then I want to read Slay on the weekend. This is which is a sort of a short book, but really high on my I really want to read this list. And I have Tunnel of Bones, the sequel to City of Ghosts, for the weekend, because this as well is going to be in a box in my 12 days of giveaways. And then finally on the weekend I want to start a buddy read where we just do like I think 50 pages a day for the sequel to Skywards. So I'm really excited for that because that was my favorite book of the year last year, and I am so excited to start this. So there's that's a crazy, I totally know I'm not gonna be able to do this, but I'm gonna try and do my best and get most of it done. Feeling that well today. I actually did quite a few things today. So the doctor's office just took a long time, and I was at the chiropractor, went shopping with my son and everything. So it's not like I was just lying around all day, but other than that I was lying around all day. I just feel a little bit sick. I know I'm not sick, but like my stomach operation, you can see everything about that in the last 2 weeks vlogs, is causing me some nausea right now that I can't really deal with. So I started eating today baby food. That's actually making me feel a little bit better. I'm probably feeling malnutritioned or something, I don't know. So I did get a few pages further in, but what I will do now, I will get off my butt and I will start walking. I will go walking for like half an hour, not sure how long yet, depends on how I'm gonna feel. But yeah, I'm hoping that this will help me feel a little bit better. More about the book and the gifts that come with a book later. Now let's go for a walk in my dark neighborhood. Luckily it's a safe neighborhood, and listen to a little bit of audiobook of The Deepest Blue. And I think when I come back, I will first get into the rule of one, because that is a buddy read starting today, and I need to record my audios before my buddy Elisa goes to sleep. So let's walk. I am exhausted. I was walking around for 1.5 hours, and I think I overdid it again. But it kind of felt good to be back on my feet, but also everything's hurting, and I'm gonna take a painkiller, and not a good idea. Anyways, I was listening to The Deepest Blue on my way, and I can open the first package. So before going into the rule of one, let's do just that. Seriously, tough place to stop, but I'm gonna continue reading just in a little bit, just 50 pages in the rule of one, and then I'm gonna be back. So gonna be fine. So in the book, somebody's removing a mask, and it's a white mask. Yay. It's a white mask. Doesn't even hold my big head. I mean, it's great that it's bringing something from the book to life, but what am I supposed to do with this mask? I mean, yes, it is a white mask in the book, so it makes sense that it is white, but who gets the idea to put a mask? I cannot tie this. I mean, yay. The last boxes were a lot better, but this is disappointing me, so. The next gift is on page 276, and I just have a feeling this is not going to be something for me either. I don't know, maybe shells or something. And then we have on page 311, and I have no idea what this could be. But before I get further into that and finish The Deepest Blue, let's start reading The Rule of One. The Rule of One is a fairly short book with 250 something pages. The Rule of One plays in a dystopian USA where every family is only allowed to have one child, and we're following our protagonist, who is secretly having a twin sister, and they've been swapping their lives, and they've been living one life with like two people. And what I really like about this is it was written by twins. Here you can see them, and I am really looking forward to this. I am really in the mood for some dystopians, and this just sounds interesting. So let's dive into this one. Let's find out what the bird on the cover means, and start our buddy read. I gotta say, what a place to stop. So we're doing like 50 pages every day, and wow, those first 49 pages hit me in the right spot. I feel like what I need next is a little bit more fleshing out of the characters. I want the twins to be really two separate characters, even though they have been trained to be the same person. I want them to be more distinctly different characters. It is Tuesday, and today is one of those oh shit, where did my day go days. I honestly didn't do much today. I'm triple layered up to go outside because I'm freezing my ass off. I've been sleeping half of the day, feeling still a little bit and I don't know, a little bit weak. I am back and on my walk. I reached page 276. This book is so much fun. I am enjoying this so much. It is so easy to get through. I really do like the kind of Hunger Games vibes that it is giving me, but it's not going too far in that direction, so it does stand on its own. I'm not sure how I'm going to like what's coming next or what should be coming next, because it feels like the setting is changing a little bit, so I'm not sure if I'm gonna feel the same about it, but as of right now I'm really liking it. And on page 276 we're allowed to get the new gift, and I'm assuming that the post-it was around gathering up charms that still lay scattered around the floor. That's what I'm assuming. It looks like shells. Kilos charms. Yeah, I have to untangle these somehow.
3 hours later.
Yeah, I'm not gonna fix that right now. This is what the top looks like. I have to say, I do like the sound. Shells are not really my thing, so this is not necessarily something that fits my style. I can see this in being really nice in summer when the wind is going through. So we have one more on page 311, but I'm going to dive back into the rule of one for now to get my daily 50 pages in and talk to my buddy Elisa about the buddy read, and then I'll go back to finish The Deepest Blue, and then I'll have to look at what's next. I'm gonna have to make a head start. I'm probably not gonna finish as much as I wanted to today, but I'm gonna make a head start either in the sequel to Girls of Paper and Fire or the sequel in the second book in the Firebird trilogy. Hello! It's Wednesday, and if this goes on like this, my reading plans are just going to be not going to work at all. So I slept for 7 hours, then during the night, then I woke up at like 6 a.m. I was awake for like 3 hours, but only like half awake, kinda. Just doing things like brushing my teeth, showering, getting ready and everything. And I just sat down again, and then I slept again for another 8 hours. Wow. So I am definitely sleeping way more than intended, especially in like the second week after the surgery. I was expecting to have way more awake time to read. All right, let's go. Hi friends, I am so annoyed. It's Thursday and I have been sleeping all day again, which so annoys me because I'm not getting any reading done. And I mean, I totally get that I would be absolutely fine if I wouldn't be reading because I would be doing something else. But no, I'm sleeping. I'm just sleeping. And that annoys me so much. Last year in December, I did so much reading and I loved it so much. And now, nothing. Just nothing. Okay, I did spend a few hours yesterday to get all the mail out, get all the wins out, and you've seen me just spend $200 on postage. But the stuff is on its way to you, which is the most important thing. Now I'm on my way to the first Korean class of the week. Tomorrow is the second, and we're not having a regular class tomorrow. We're just going to meet up in a cafe and learn, and we are going to go to dinner with the group afterwards, and so this is going to take some time. I'm just hoping that today after class I will find some reading time. I know I'm gonna have to spend some time on doing some vocabulary. I'm gonna do some vocabulary training on the train probably, and maybe I'm gonna be listening on my way when I'm walking, when I can't do vocabulary. Maybe I'm gonna be listening to The Deepest Blue. I need to finish The Deepest Blue, and I need to make progress in The Rule of One. Luckily, my buddy Elisa, who wanted to get this done by Saturday, isn't that much further as well. The thing is, we both love the book, so there's no excuse really. So let's I have 10-15 minutes until the train comes, so I'm just gonna put some basic makeup on to be a little bit presentable. Priority today was not on makeup, but to get the mail out. So because I do have a little bit more time than I thought, just slather something on and then get on the train and do some vocabulary training on the train. Alrighty, let's go. Hey everyone, it's Friday and today I have planned to go into town, go into Düsseldorf, do some shopping, or at least do some like window shopping or something. I want to stroll through some boutiques, and I want to go to the library in Düsseldorf and get a pass because they do have mangas, and I was asked by a couple of people now if I can make a manga recommendation video because I bought some mangas in the Amazon haul, but I'm the worst person because I'm not into mangas myself either yet, and I had an idea to just film something different for like a manga recommendation. So that's what I'm planning to do. On my way and while walking, I will be finishing The Deepest Blue. I only have a few pages left to go, and I am already, yesterday, I passed the page 311, where our last gift is, so I'm gonna open that up now. I am not entirely sure what this could be. There's a vial of purple liquid, there's messages, but I don't see anything else right now that would be a product. So let's see what this is. Oh yeah, it's the vial of purple liquids. It's an essential oil, lavender. I think lavender oil is really something that you either hate or love. But one thing is for sure, lavender is really calming on the senses. So it's good to like fall asleep and stuff. I'm not really an essential oil person, but I do believe in herbal, the power of herbs. And I absolutely believe in the calming of lavender. Not my scent, but it's something. So that's the little vial. I think that's an interesting choice. So that is it for the gifts. So we received the soaps, of which one I'm already using and the other one is here. Then we had the mask, which you've seen how happy I am about, and the shell thingamajig. I'm torn about this one, to be honest, but the book is good. So just wondering how it finishes off right now, because this could make or break this book. I loved everything that was happening on the island, and I'm just not sure how I'm gonna feel about the ending. So stay tuned until I'm done listening to it. Also, look what today came. I can read the next one soon. The book for this one is I'm quite excited for this. This is some like thrillery thing, I think. And then we have page 256 and page 102, page 25 and 179. I don't know, that it says forgive us. I don't know why. I might have to look up why they need to be forgiven. I did not keep on track of things. Okay, so that's probably going to be in January. Now let's slather on some simple makeup and get going to Düsseldorf. See you there. So I'm in the Düsseldorf library, and I just wanted to show you the English speaking selection. It is a little bit better than the other places that I've been at, but well, that's still. So I found a total of 6 mangas that were on my list. I have another 50 books on my list that I want to find. Well, I don't need to find all 50, but I'd like the number to be more around 20 for the video. And I definitely want to have a few names on there that popped up several times. So yeah, I'm gonna reveal what this is about in my other video that's dedicated to that, but found 6. At home I'll have to see if it's a translation issue that I haven't found them, because they're all in German and I looked them up in English, so that might be the reason. And then I'll have to see what I can buy cheap. Mangas buying cheap is a joke, so yeah, let's just see where we get to, and I'll give it another week and then maybe I can film it after Christmas. That sounds good, right? Okay, so let's do a little bit of window shopping. That's what I came here for as well. I wanted actually to check out one. There's this one knitted jumper that I really loved when we were here last week. Jen and I really loved it, and was like, yeah, I want to touch it before I possibly order it, because I found it online for half price off, but well, the shops were closed when we were here last week, so this week I wanted to get here when the shops were open to touch it and see if I like it. And yeah, just a little bit of shopping. I'll have 1.5 hours, 2 hours, so let's get going. Some people really. I found a few items that I liked. I would have probably bought 2 or 3 items and gone back once I lost my weight, but I think this is going to be one of those stores where I'm never going to come back because of the way I've been treated. So when I came in, I was browsing and just looking, and the first woman just came in and said, "Oh, do you want help?" I said, "Oh, I'm just browsing. It's fine." And they were there with like 3 or 4 ladies, and they were gossiping about customers, which I do not care for when I'm in the store at all. And then this older lady came to me and was like, "Oh, what are you looking for?"
These blouses that you're looking at are in a little bit small sizes, but I mean, you can be your size. I'm always just saying health first, right? I'm like, let me just look. I mean, why do you... I mean, I could have been looking for a Christmas present. I could have been looking for whatever. If I wanted to know a different size, I could have asked. But telling me, oh, honey, these are like in MS and they're not your size, but guess at least you're healthy, right? Right? The way she said it was so condescending, and the way they were talking about customers, no, I'm not going to be back there. So, last stop, not a small boutique. I want to check by Monkey, and that's it then. So I did finish The Deepest Blue, finally. That's loud, I know. So let's wait for this. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. I have to say I was much more into the beginning and the middle. After a turn of events and like the scenery changed, it kind of fell down a little bit, got boring a little bit, but it wasn't bad. But for some reason it felt to me like, get to the end. It's over now. It's like, I felt like it was too drawn out, and yeah, could have wrapped up quicker. Other than that, I really did enjoy it. If you like a book like The Hunger Games and wanted to be a little bit more fantastical, this could be it. It's a nice story. I can absolutely recommend. So, yeah. Now I'm on my way home after a wonderful night out with the people from Korean class again. I really came to love these people, and I am always so looking forward to meeting up with them. And yeah, now that I'm home, I will cuddle down on my couch and continue reading The Rule of One, and maybe even getting through like quickly. Let's see what's up. Hello, it's a rainy and really gross Saturday. I'm out with my son looking for some new furniture for his room, and just got texted from my friends that they want to meet at Düsseldorf tonight for some dinner and drinks. So let's see what the day brings. Let's look for some furniture first. So I just arrived in Düsseldorf. I read a couple of chapters on the train, the Rule of One, which I still do really enjoy a lot. I do have a few question marks. There's like 2 things that I find do not make as much sense or are just a little bit convenient, but I can't tell them to you without going into spoilers, so that's always the tough thing, I guess. So I still enjoy a lot. I really want to keep reading right now, and I'm looking forward to seeing my friends and doing something with them, but I also would love to continue reading, so I'm a little bit torn right now. But yeah, so the book is gripping, the book is very easy, it's flowing very easily. I can read it very easily, and I love reading it. I'm enjoying it a lot. There's just 2 things that I don't really agree with, that don't make sense to me, but it's not that bad. So let's see where it goes. But first, let's see where my friends are at and if I have time to sit down with a coffee and read another chapter, or if they're already here. So I was just talking into the camera for the longest time and hadn't pressed record. I am the bomb.com. So I slept all day. It's a Sunday evening. I came home really late last night, and when I came home I still did read for a couple of hours is not true, for a couple of chapters in The Rule of One. I am so enjoying that book. When I woke up today, I realized there was some hiccup with my reading vlog, and I wasn't able to upload it in time for the 12 Days of Christmas giveaway the last day. Oh, it's so crazy that it's already the last day. I wish I could do this more often, but honestly, my biggest blocker for doing that more is the money for the postage. That's all, because it's so freaking expensive. I think for the whole 12 Days of Christmas and the December giveaway, I am spending roughly 250 euros just on postage. So yeah, I can't do that more often, I'm sorry, but it's so much fun. All right, so I realized that the vlog I wasn't be able to release the vlog in time, and as the prompt is something in the vlog again, I needed that to be done. So I spent the last 3 hours editing the vlog again, and it's now rendering, and I will be going for a walk for the next 20 minutes while it's rendering to get my steps in. So I'm back from my walk. I'm on page 136 and I am enjoying this so much. I will now sit down and just read this through, and I will probably eat a little bit something, and then I will just finish this off because this is so good. In a way, it's not objectively good because there are a few things that I am stumbling across that I'm not absolutely happy about. There's a lot of social criticism in here, and I feel like it might go a little bit too far at times, be too blunt about a message that it wants to send. But on the other hand, it feels scarily realistic, like the scenario. I love how they described Canada as a winning country in this climate situation and stuff. The thing is, I just love the writing style, and I enjoy this reading experience so much that even if it's objectively not a 5-star, because there are some minor issues with it. One of the issues that I have is also with this book having the two perspectives of the two twins, and it's going back and forth between the two, and I feel like their voices are not distinctively different enough to have two different voices. And because they are experiencing the exact same path and they don't have that much differing thought processes, they mush together to one being, and it feels really hard to realize them and understand them as two different personalities when the voice keeps switching back and forth for me. So I think this book so far could have been just as good if it would have been written from one perspective. But I feel like because it was written by twins, that they both wanted to put a perspective in. They probably each identify with one of the characters and wanted to have their voice heard. But I think the book could have been just as good, if not better, so far, if it is just from one perspective. And honestly, if at one point there would be a need, because then they're experiencing drastically different things and you need to follow both views. You could still branch out into two perspectives in a second or a third book, but so far I don't see the need for it. All right, so let's grab something to eat, and then I will sit down and just finish this thing off. As promised, as expected, I am through. This was a really quick read and I enjoyed it so much. I do have to say there's a few things that kind of disappointed me a little bit. I loved the world. I love the whole idea about it. I love how it is set up. I loved a lot about the plot line, about the storyline. I think the characters could have been fleshed out a little bit more. I think that there was potential to develop the characters a little bit deeper and give them more of a personality. Annoyed me a little bit was how the ending fell a little bit too much into the typical tropes, into the cliches. I feel like there is so much potential in this book and it could have gone a few different ways to not follow cliches and tropes. And even though it still was a lot of fun and I enjoyed it so much, there were a few little hiccups, a few little parts in the storyline where I was like, what? Huh? Is that realistic? How did that work now? And that combined with it falling into a very cliche trope plot line more and more as we are progressing through the book, I had to deduct a star. If these things were not the case, this would have been a total 5-star. I am absolutely looking forward to reading the next one in the series because I subjectively just enjoyed the reading. Objectively, there were a few issues that you need to be aware of. If you read it, let me know what you think. All right, this also is it for my week. I have read a lot less than I wanted to. I'm just very glad that I finished a little bit of what I set out to be, but I had to sit down today and reevaluate and readjust my reading plan for the rest of the month because I really have to catch up. I do feel like part of it is still due to that I was recovering from surgery and I was sleeping a lot more than I expected to. So I'm hoping that my reading will pick up next week. I also did spend some time with my friends and that always will be a priority, and I'm absolutely fine if reading a book takes a backseat to that and I will have to delete a book from my TBR because I was out with friends. So that is always fine. Yeah, so I will see how next week goes. I will try and catch up with my reading plan and then make a decision what needs to be cut from my December plan. But hopefully next week will be a really strong reading week. So I hope that you will join me again for next week's vlog, and until then I hope to see you again real soon on my channel. Bye.